At the Sports History Network, we're proud to introduce you to a new sponsor for our podcasts. It's Home Field Apparel, your premium collegiate apparel brand right out of Indianapolis. They've got incredibly comfortable t-shirts, plus they're officially licensed with vintage college designs. They have over 150 plus colleges available now and always adding more. Homefield digs through the archives and history of your school to find unique logos, mascots, and moments to make thoughtful designs for your school. When you shop today, new customers can get a 15% discount off their first purchase using the promo code SPORTSHISTORY at checkout. You can learn more at homefieldapparel.com.
Now it's time to take a sports break, a look at sports history on a daily basis. Hello, my friends of sports history. This is Darren Hayes of the Sports Jersey Dispatch podcast. Welcome once again to the Pig Pen, your place for all things great in sports history. And we have some of the greatest athletes and the events and great acts of athleticism that they performed to set records and make memories on September 14th. Before we get to that, let's talk about our daily email newsletter. You can be a part of what's going on in the Pig Pen, both here at the Sports Jersey Dispatch podcast and at Pigskin Dispatch, at both the websites as well, and Orville Mulligan Sports Writer. We're going to tell you everything that's going on those and some of the great events and articles and posts that we have from all of those websites and podcasts, as well as what's happening at the sportshistorynetwork.com. We'll have those coming out as well. Now let's get to your uniform numbers we're going to talk about today for September 14th sports break, and there are numbers 11, 4, 24, 27, 17, 19, 56, 16, 8, 41, 25, and the numbers of 9 and 31 on the jerseys. September 14th, 1913 is where we'll lift off at, and Chicago Cubs Larry Cheney, a pitcher, tossed a record 14-hit shutout against the New York Giants in a 7-0 win. Now think about that for a second. He ended up pitching a shutout, and there were 14 hits off the batters that he opposed. So that is almost 2 batters per inning that were on base with an earned trip to the bases. That doesn't even count the walks and anything else he may have had, a pass ball or whatever. So that's pretty remarkable. His defense shut down the other team from scoring, which were the New York Giants that day. September 14, 1916, Christy Mathewson, speaking of great pitching, well, he pitched and won his final Major League Baseball game in 1916. September 14, 1923, Boston Red Sox first baseman George Burns pulls off an unassisted triple play. That's one of the first in baseball history. September 14th, 1924, Walter Johnson was selected as the American League Most Valuable Player for that year. We have a great segment of Walter Johnson that 1924 season on Orville Mulligan Sports Writer. If you go to that World Series Game 7 segment, also has the president in there. They're quite a bit talking, but they're also talking quite a bit about Walter Johnson being at the game as Orville Mulligan's covering it for the Pittsburgh Guardian. So make sure you check out Orville Mulligan Sports Writer. September 14th, 1930, Detroit Lions as the Portsmouth Spartans. Well, they played their first NFL game and won 13-6 in that contest. September 14th, 1936, Pittsburgh Pirates future Baseball Hall of Famer outfielder Paul Wainer, wearing number 11, tied Rogers Hornsby's, who wore number 4 that season, a National League record of 200 hits for the 7th season in a career. So 7 different times both those men had 200 hits in a season. September 14, 1954, New York Giants number 24, Willie Mays, reached his 82nd extra base hit, breaking the famous number 4 Mel Ott's record. Now that's the first record of Mel Ott that fell on September 14th. We're going to get to another one in just a little bit. September 14th, 1955, Herb Score number 27 set a rookie record of 235 strikeouts and added 10 more as the season wound down for a total of 245 strikeouts of opposing batters as a rookie for Herb Score. September 14th, 1968, Detroit Tigers Denny McLain number 17 knotted his 30th victory of the season for them off the mound. On September 14, 1975, Milwaukee Brewers' Robin Yount, number 19, broke another one of Mel Ott's records, playing in 242 Major League Baseball games as a teenager. September 14th, 1978, Atlanta Braves pitcher Jim Bouton, number 56, at 38 years old, defeated the San Francisco Giants for the first win that he had since 1970. So over 8 years till he had another W in the column. September 14th, 1986, Kansas City's number 16, Bo Jackson, blasted his first career home run, which traveled 475 feet and longer than any other home run at Royal Stadium. Of course, Bo was a two-way player, played football as well in the NFL for the Oakland Raiders. September 14th, 1987, the Orioles' number 8, Cal Ripken Jr.'s streak of 8,243 consecutive innings, 908 games, well, that was broken when he finally took a break, needed a day off. September 14th, 1989, Jeff Reardon, number 41, was the first to record 30 saves in 5 consecutive seasons. Now, my quick math tells me that's 150 saves in 5 seasons. Pretty tremendous. September 14th, 1996, Oakland A's Mark McGwire, number 25, became just the 13th player to hit 50 home runs in a season. September 14th, 1996, the New York Mets' Todd Hundley, number 9, established a record of 41 home runs by a catcher. And finally, September 14th, 2003, Baltimore Ravens running back Jamal Lewis, wore number 31 that year, set an NFL single-game rushing record when he ran for 295 yards and 2 touchdowns on 30 carries in the Ravens' 33-13 victory over rival Cleveland, which ironically would later be another team that Jamal Lewis would play for, the Cleveland Browns. Very interesting indeed. Some great history on the Sports Break for September 14th. Glad you could join us. Hope you join us each and every day for some more great sports history with the athletes and the numbers that they wore. If you want to catch some more sports history, well, go over to sportshistorynetwork.com. We have over 30 different podcasts going there talking about some form of sports history in some era, and they're all family friendly. They're all enjoyable. All great to listen to. Thousands of hours of listening enjoyment that you can download to your phone or listen to straight off the internet. Either way is great. Go to sportshistorynetwork.com or your favorite podcast provider and find some of these great Sports History Network shows. You can also go to our websites, pigskindispatch.com, jerseydispatch.com, OrvilleMulliganSportsWriter.com for some more great sports history. Till tomorrow, everybody, have a great sports history day. Sorry, but my pitching coach just called timeout and he's coming out to the mound. I think I'm going to get yanked for a reliever. We'll see you back tomorrow for some more great sports history on Sports Jersey Dispatch Podcast. We invite you to check out our websites, jerseydispatch.com and pigskindispatch.com. Not only see the daily sports history, but to experience the preservation of great events and people that play the games. Find us on Pigskin Dispatch. It's also on social media outlets of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and don't forget the Pigskin Dispatch YouTube channel to get all your daily sports history. Pigskin Dispatch is happy to be associated with the Sports History Network, the sports headquarters of yesteryear, found at sportshistorynetwork.com.
This podcast is part of the Sports History Network, your headquarters for the yesteryear of your favorite sport. You can learn more at sportshistorynetwork.com.
It was just another ordinary day in the offices of the Pittsburgh Guardian newspaper circa 1924. But for Marla Delft, assistant editor, everything was about to change. For she was about to discover the awesome attractiveness of Row 1 brand retro sports paraphernalia items thanks to Orville Mulligan, sports writer.
And there it is.
Wow, Orville, that's really the bee's knees.
Isn't it just? A poster-sized replica of the actual 1909 World Series program cover.
I can see that. But where did you get it? And where'd you get it framed?
I ordered it from the Row 1 website, where over 6,000 items of sports memorabilia from the 1880s to the 1990s are available for reproduction, in multiple sizes and in several different materials, with over a dozen styles of frame to choose from for prints like this.
Well, I'm sure Mr. Delft would love to put up more of these in the office. But I'm equally as sure they're beyond this newspaper's budget.
Not at all, my dear Marla. See for yourself. Go to sportshistorynetwork.com/row1.
sportshistorynetwork.com/row1. Oh my, these are good prices. Oh, and look at this stuff. Oklahoma-Nebraska football, college basketball art, Michael Jordan items.
And so it
retro
was that
sports
Marla Delf
advertisement
discovered the
flowers.
splendiferous magic of Row 1 sports memorabilia, arts, and prints. You can too by visiting sportshistorynetwork.com/row1. That's ROW1 today for access to the full Row 1 catalog of gallery prints and gifts like t-shirts, long-sleeve shirts, telephone cases, coffee mugs, blankets, pillows, towels, and even shower curtains. Act today for 15% discount off all prints with coupon code SHN15 and 20% off all other items with coupon code SHN20 at checkout. And keep your dial locked to the Sports History Network for the exciting chronicles of the 1920 sports world in Orville Mulligan, Sports Writer. Coming soon.